The Mount Cameroon here in Buea, chieftain of the Southwest region, standing tall in all its majesty, watching 600 delegates of the Southwest Peace and Development Forum reflecting on ways to better the region, which has suffered enormously from the Anglophone crisis. Under the patronage of the Prime Minister, Head of Government, Chief Dr. Joseph John Gute, the Southwest Regional Assembly has convened the delegates to provide concrete answers to challenges facing the region. At the receiving end of it is the local population and the councils that need lots of answers to their pressing challenges. What could the Southwest Peace and Development Forum provide for these councillors? Our case study today is in Mamfe, the chief town of Manu division of the Southwest region, which has had its own fair share of the bloodshed, insecurity and economic meltdown. The mayor would tell me what it takes for the region to rise and as well what he wants his municipality to benefit from the Southwest Peace and Development Forum. Don't go away. Mayor of the Mamfe Rural Council, thank you for talking to Dash News and welcome to the program In Depth.
Thank you, Mr. NSOSIE, for granting me this opportunity to talk to your channel. All
right. You became mayor of the Mamfe Council after the passing away of the former mayor, Ashu Priestley Ojo, under very, very painful circumstances. How did you handle the situation at the time?
Yes, it was not really easy considering the circumstances of which he died. You know, he died in my hands. If I say he died in my hands, that means that we were together when that unfortunate incident happened. And he was shot dead while I was the driver. See, so as a brother and a friend, I had to brave the courage, brave all odds and come out with the courage, because if I don't do it, our municipality, our village will be left in the cold. So that's how I had to come out with the confidence the councillors, you know, they have in me. They also decided in electing me because they know that I'm going to continue where he stopped.
All right, you said that Mr. Ashu Priestley was a brother to you. How close was your relationship with him?
The only thing that could separate us was death. I was very close to him. He was a brother and a best friend to me. Up to date, I still feel like a part of me is missing.
Now, what fond memories did you have together?
Well, you see, we are two human beings with different ideas, though we have the same focus. He doesn't take alcohol, I do. Always when we are out there, when I'm taking my alcohol, he is on his phone, you know, doing his own thing. And at the end, discussions flows. It's different from those who think that they can always have friends. They can have friends
that have the same attitude
of drinking and all of that. Yes, but with him, it was different. Yes, he will keep you company, though he is not drinking with you. I mean, he's that type of person that he will create funds, will attend funerals, will attend nightclubs. I mean, we have done a lot of things together as a brother. I mean, when I mean about a brother, he is my brother from the same family in Eshobi village and my best friend.
Okay, now, when the time came for the councillors to pick you as the mayor, what was going through your head at the time, considering that the former mayor was shot and killed by separatists, and you're going in for a very challenging job in a very hostile environment at the time?
Our village, Eshobi village, needed somebody to stand up for them. We were two of us in the council at the time, and he had died. I could not abandon my village, I could not abandon our family, I could not abandon the population. Of course, we were discussing all these developmental projects together. In everything he does in the meeting, in the office, we make sure we share those ideas together. That's why I was able to feed myself very fast, and the development you are seeing is thanks to the collective effort we had before he died. So it is very okay and normal to me.
Okay, now, Mr. Mayor, after the elections which brought you as mayor of Mamfe Town, what exactly did you do to get back the population together from the trauma and the confusion and all the negative vibes surrounding the demise of the next mayor? Of course, it was time for you to start work.
Well, you see, we are all Africans, and though we know the truth, and some of us, we vehemently refuse to accept that is the truth. It is common with us. With the population, I just keep on doing my job. I was focused. The same projects that he had in mind, I continued where he stopped. You see now, every decisions that he took, I came there and continued where he stopped. So some fractions, start coming to us saying that no, this is the same thing the mayor said he was going to do. And this same mayor is continuing. He's not damning the mayor, he's not doing this, not doing that. It's as if he's innocent. Well, time heals, all of these pains and all of these doubts. And today I am very proud that my population, they are behind me. 85, I cannot say 100%, 85 of my population, why not 90%? They are behind me to see that we realize the objective of the late mayor and for the purpose of the community.
All right, we all know that Mamfe Town has some relative calm, but there are still pockets and periodic violence from the separatist fighters. How is the municipality dealing with this threat?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. NSOSIE. You see, in Mamfe, it's a very technical zone. How do I mean? In the beginning, some population, they were supporting the separatist movement. That's why the hit hard there was really severe.
Yes.
Because they could not have succeeded without somebody in the town giving them information. But after some time, that I usually organize spark talk and exchanges with my population. Talking to them, giving them reasons why they should desist from supporting the separatist movement. Because they were not there for us, they were rather there for their personal interests. I gave them a lot of reasons that, okay, you say you want to separate the country. There are developmental projects, for example, we are constructing schools. You come and burn the schools. Even if the country have to separate tomorrow, are they going to uproot the schools and take them to another country? No. No. Why then are you burning the structure meant for the beneficiaries? The beneficiary of this structure, they are who? They are the population. You burned the school down that they should not go to school. Elsewhere, children and people, students and people are going to school. In Manu and Mamfe, they are not going to school. Are you helping us or you are destroying us? So it took me a lot of time to sensitize the population. After talking and talking again, that's how I was able. Today, I'm proud to say that I have brought out from the bush there close to 100 combatants.
Yeah, exactly. I was really
and today they are ex-combatants, and today they live a normal life with us. And they are the ones helping us to give us information on how to deal with their former colleagues. And the truth is that now that the population, they have decided to change from their old ways, now Mamfe is giving results. They now collaborate with the forces of law and order. They give the information to the mayor. As a mayor, everybody in Mamfe and Manu have my telephone number, and I have just one telephone number that I give it out there. Call me anytime in the night. If you cannot call, if you are in a danger area, text. As soon as you text the area, I can quickly communicate with the state representative and the forces of law and order, and immediately a decision or a team will be deployed to go there and solve the problem. So it is all about constant discussion with the population, educating them, exchanges with them on the park, in their meeting houses, in the market. So that's just the secret behind our succeeding in Mamfe.
All right, now you have been mayor now for 2.5 years. What are the priority areas which you're tackling in the council?
Yeah, first of all, as I told you earlier, first of all is the social aspect. You know, people were really traumatized because of the crisis. Now, I made sure that I organize sporting activities 3 times annually. We have the Manu Unity tournament, we have the inter-service and labor tournament, and we have the long vacance tournament, that's inter-village tournament. This helps to bring people together. And bringing people together helps to, making them to forget about the trauma in them. And also, I am constructing markets, lock-up shops, because Mamfe is the capital town of my division. Because of the crisis, some areas like Akwaya, Mojok, Upper Bayangi, they are all in Mamfe because they are sure of the security. Now, they want to succeed. They cannot succeed without doing businesses. And how can we push them up? Is to open stores. So we are constructing lock-up stores. As I speak, we have 320 million in the main market. We have 60 million at the grandstand. We also have 120 million just at the side of the field. Those projects are ongoing. And with all of this, once it is realized, we are going to give it out to the population. We are reassuring the population that with this constant construction works that are going on, the future is bright. So, if people, they believe that, and they are seeing, not that we are talking politics, they are seeing that truly, yes, construction, they are going on, and they are locked up shop. And after that, we are going to, have shops that will do business. Now, it comes to crisis concerning water. The council is running the generator for Kamwata because there we don't have a new because of the crisis.
Yeah.
So what the Kamwata they are using is the standby generator. And according to their policies, they cannot fuel and run that generator for that purpose. Yeah, so most of the time, the council always fuel and run the generator so that the population should have water. Secondly, if you go to Mamfe today, it's like a small city. We have solar panels all over the place. Yes, the council has installed 400 solar panels all over the municipality. With the insecurity in Mamfe, with solar panels, it may help, to brighten the area. It
does help. Already, just to tell you that there's a project here in Buea, the Light of Ako project, where an elite has galvanized the Fako elite to put in street lights from solar panel. So it does help.
Yes, thank you. So those are just very few among many projects we are doing. We are constructing bridges, we are rehabilitating roads, areas that we think that they are free zones, because now we have created them green, yellow, and red zones. Up till now, we have green and yellow. The red zones, we are still, because you cannot carry heavy-duty equipment to this area. Considering that if these our brothers and sisters, the British can come out there and bend them. So we are taking precaution, making sure that where it's yellow and green, we develop those areas. In Mamfe, if you go towards where the separatist guys used to hide and attack the military, we have open roads all over that place. So they have abandoned that place because of the roads we have opened. We are constructing bridge now. You are from Manu. I believe you know SAR SM.
Yeah, SAR SM.
There's a very big bridge there. Yeah, so we are constructing it now, thanks to Minipat, the HIMO project that they give us 320 million. So those are the projects that we are doing in the council.
Okay, now what challenges is the council facing? We all know that there's insecurity, but what other challenges are there?
Yeah, the challenges the council is facing, one is that the population, you know, according to the government policies, councils benefit from the states through their population. For example, Mamfe, according to them, 20 years ago was 31,000 inhabitants. And that is how they have been graded. And that's how they benefit, say as from the government. And today, Mamfe is close to 70,000 inhabitants, or 100,000, because of the crisis. It is the major challenge we are facing. Because those facilities, those things that were meant for the 31,000 inhabitants are being shared now among
close to 100,000.
So making the reality on ground not very feasible, though we are struggling to manage. Now, when it comes to revenue collection, it's not easy. Those areas that we can collect, maybe building permit fees, we cannot no longer collect them because we are afraid for the workers.
Security of the agents.
Security of the agents. And most of them, if you say you want to put military at their disposal, they will now ask you, are you going to give the military in their houses? You say no. And tomorrow, if something happens with somebody's family, you have yourself to be blamed. So we prefer to forego and abandon those areas, making us not collecting revenues, internal revenues that could have boosted, you know, the activities of the council. So those are the challenges we are facing. Also, we are facing some administrative challenges. You know, because of the crisis, some unscrupulous authorities are using the advantage on the crisis now to benefit themselves. For example, cocoa going to Nigeria, they say it's illegal, but it's going.
It's going.
And some people are eating fat. You know, they use the crisis, they use the illegality, and do all sorts of things. So it is really terrible. It is really challenging when it comes to that aspect. Today, some forces of law and order now assume the duty of the mayor. They now do all types of things because they have the guns. At times, I don't really blame them. I blame my brothers and sisters for inviting trouble into our home. Yeah, because without all this trouble, we wouldn't have been having, you know, these challenges that we are facing.
How far with the level of transfer of powers? What powers does the Mamfe Council has now to act within the context of decentralization? My
brother, if you read those books, it may cause you to go out there and do things that you embarrass yourself. Decentralization is a very good thing. You know, the wisdom of the president of this country, granting decentralization to our councils and regional you know, assemblies. It's a wonderful thing. If you read the laws, it's reassuring that things can change. But the implementation
is still facing problems.
Is not the best. How do I mean? Many people that they have been benefiting from you know, their normal things they used to do. Today, they don't want to believe and they don't want to accept that there is decentralization, and there are you know, competence that have been devolved to councils. They don't want to believe that. Thanks to some ministries like Public Works, I'm proud to say that Public Works is doing tremendously well. Tremendously well, because every year Public Works makes sure that it gives, you know, if it is small, every council have at least 27 million and above, at least 27 million. Some councils have 400 million. It all depends on your situation on the ground. So with the Public Works is very fine. Mindevel, every council, the 374 councils in Cameroon do have 100 million annually. This 100 million, as a council, you use that money to you know, carry out development in your municipality. You are the person to decide how that money can be used. With that, you name it, you can term it effective decentralization. But with other ministries, they are still struggling. They are still reading the laws. They are still struggling to
interpret maybe the terms so that they can act.
Understand.
Yeah.
You know, it is terrible. Those of health, they say we should employ workers. They have not given us means. You employ workers and do what with them. You first of all don't even have means to pay the workers that you came and met. Now they are telling you to employ. You have the power to employ. Do you have the power to pay? No.
No.
Because you don't have the means. Now you're talking about basic education. That one is even the worst. Minimum, there's something they call minimum package.
Yeah, the minimum package.
My brother, you cannot understand. Teachers, head teachers believe that they give us money and in the end, we don't give it to them. No, it is not true. The minimum package for last year up to today, we are unable to receive the cash. But the schools are going on. And you are, as a local authority, you are there on the field. You see how people are struggling, you know, to educate people in school. What are you supposed to do? So you just have to do whatever you can do to support them. But the decentralization when it comes to this other area, this other sector, the ministerial departments, no, it is not the best. I think that the purpose of this this Southwest Peace and Development Forum is going to pave a way forward for us to discuss issues like that.
Of course, we'll go into that. Now, let's look at the year 2022-2023 for the Mamfe Council. First of all, the year 2022, how did the council fare in the year 2022?
Well, we want to congratulate ourselves. Despite the challenges we are facing, we were able to move the administrative account from 400 million to 935 million francs, recording more than 100%. So we are really very happy with the collection, that I mean the support staff, the technical ministries, for example, the technical delegates, the divisional delegates that are very supportive to the council, because without those technical ministries too, we cannot carry out projects successfully. For example, we have MIMAP. MIMAP always grants us what we call regie. That's direct labor. That can give you the opportunity to employ manpower and giving the population avenue to work. Presently in Mamfe, we have employed 100 youths that are sweeping the town, are cleaning the gutters, are doing all sorts of odd jobs just for them to earn a living, respecting the wages of the government. So I want to think that Mamfe Council did tremendously well because of the collaboration we have been enjoying with workers, with colleagues and other stakeholders.
Now, 2023, how much is the budget and what does the council plan to do with it? We're already almost halfway into the year.
Yeah, we are sorting for fundings. Without fundings, without financial ability, you might not realize that budget 100%. So our focus is that as soon as we have means, we make use of basic amenities. You know, those things are very, very necessary, and that is most needed by the population. You know, we are in a crisis-affected area. The dynamics are different. Like you are in Buea, enjoying fresh air. The dynamics there, they are a little bit different.
The difference, yeah.
You must go down to the grassroots to understand their worries and dialoguing with them, telling them that they must come closer to the council because it is their local government, and this is where they may, express their worries. The council is there for the local population, so they need to come. They need to express their worries. The mayor owes the population explanation on a daily basis. In my office, there's no protocol. If you leave your house and you want to see mayor, they open the door and you see the mayor. That is the rule of a local authority. We are not, I'm not SG, I'm not TO to tell you must pass through a chain of protocol to see me. No, it's not the case. Even considering that the crisis, many people may use that, but I think that I'm also very cautious that there's crisis. But I have to give myself to the population for us to dialogue, for us to talk the way forward. If we don't discuss together, we may not have participatory approach in the developmental aspects in our municipality and our division.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, let's talk about youth and women. Women have suffered greatly in Mamfe due to the crisis, and the youths appear to be the main actors, those of whom are involved in some of these criminal activities, and why you're trying to get others out of it. How is the council dealing with empowering these two sets of people?
Yes, I just told you that thanks to other things, to other means that comes to the council, that we are using now to employ youth and women. Among we have graduates. You know, there are many graduates now that they don't have jobs. Somebody who went to university to study history, in the end, what will the person do? You cannot succeed to have an entrance to ENS. What else can you do? You can maybe pump in yourself doing business. And if you don't have the capital to run business, you come back to the council. So the council now runs farming activity. As we speak, we are opening 20 hectares of cassava farm. 20 hectares of cassava farm, though we are giving them some stipends, but that is just to encourage them. And on the other hand, we are educating them that it is not all about red-collar jobs. You can as well start up somewhere. I mean, I'm very proud to say that if you go to this farm in Buea village, you will see beautiful girls, you know, cultivating cassava. That means that they now believe that hard work pays, rather than roaming the street, that the future is not bright. So the council is doing very well, very much to see that the youths and the girls are empowered, because that is the genesis of the problems we are suffering today. We have to see how we should enclose those that they are with us, while struggling to beg and plead with our brothers still in the bushes that they should drop their hands, that they should heed to the government strategy, drop down their hands and join the DDRO Center. I believe that my youth in Mamfe, when I talk about Mamfe, I'm talking about Manu Division.
Manu Division.
Because there, everybody is there. It is a cosmopolitan town. That's about everybody. So I'm not talking about Mamfe, or I'm talking about Manu Division.
Manu Division.
So after 3 months, we get 100 youths, both boys and girls, to give them activities. The next shift, by the time you have a small stipends of 50,000 francs, you work for 4 hours, and 4 hours 5 times a week. You see, at the end you have 50,000. After 3 months, you must have kept maybe 120,000. That may help you and enable you to start up something. We now get another shift or another group of youth to continue. That's how we have been succeeding, and that's how we have been dealing with the situation on the field.
Has the Mamfe Council benefited from FECOM? Is there a package for this year?
My brother, I am very grateful with FECOM. Mr. Akwa Philippe, in fact, love Manu Division. We are benefiting a lot from FECOM. The market I mentioned here, 320 million, has been given by FECOM. And we are at 80% realization so far. What we have there is lock-up stores, 94 lock-up stores, that we are going to help 94 household members. I mean,
and more.
And more. Because through there, you have means to sell. Through there, you have means to buy. FECOM is doing a lot for the Mamfe Council. There is another project in the days ahead, maybe 800 million for the construction of a reference hotel. Though the Minister of Decentralization, in collaboration with the FECOM, FECOM, is under the Ministry of Decentralization and Local Development. So they have granted us. We are now at the feasibility studies level. So they have granted us that we should carry out the feasibility studies and business plan on how we are going to work and function with the reference hotel. With that, they will grant us, if not least, 800 million. And that is going to change the facelift of Mamfe. So with FECOM, we are enjoying a very close relationship between the Manu Division councils and the FECOM institution.
All right, Mr. Mayor, let's come now to the Southwest Development Forum, which of course has brought all of us here to Buea. The forum, of course, which kicked off on Friday, the 12th of May. What's your take so far about the deliberations?
Master, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful, first of all, with the initiative, because I can see myself mingling with, personalities, non-personalities. We share ideas, we're talking together. Coming together, first of all, is very formidable. It gives us, it reassures us of the future stakes that we are expecting. We have been broken down into groups to see how we can discuss other aspects that worry us. There, we are going to discuss and come out with resolutions. And those resolutions are those things that may be implemented by the government.
The forum is placed under the patronage of the Prime Minister, Head of Government, Chief Dr. Joseph Jongute, who is also an elite of the Southwest region. How significant does that show?
It's very significant because for the Prime Minister, Head of Government, in person, dispatching his personal protocol, his personal minister. When I mean his personal minister, I mean that somebody very close to him. I mean that the minister that was sent to represent the Prime Minister, Head of Government.
Who is also the Director of Cabinet.
Who is also the Director of Cabinet. I mean, it means that the Prime Minister attached to this forum a lot of importance. And that is what has given weight and quality to this Peace and Development Forum. So I am really very happy because the information he gave us, the reassurance he gave us, and all of that. And I believe I'm going to take back with me home messages to my population and also reassuring them that we're proud to see the personal representative of the Prime Minister, Head of Government.
Yeah, the Prime Minister during his speech made mention of a very important aspect which has been a subject of debate, the special status. He said that President Paul Biya has given the special status and it's left now for the people to give meaning to it.
Well,
what's your take on that?
Thank you. The word special status is not really very defined, but as of now, we have two major aspects involved. We have our educational subsystem. We have our legal subsystem. That is the common law and our educational subsystem. With that, I want to believe that we are already enjoying the special status, thanks to the recent decree by the head of state. The divine powers to the regional assembly. Now the regional assembly is able to carry out rehabilitation works in schools, to equip schools with benches. The regional assembly is also able to employ teachers where need be. In Manu division, the state council is from Manu. Giving powers back to the people. Giving your own son to come and help you people. If you have problems of the law, he will educate you people.
Because he knows the environment.
He knows the environment, and he maybe if he doesn't speak in English or in French, he may speak or talk to the people in the dialect that they will easily understand what the big man is saying. Because we had that problem of language barrier. Because there are some people that may not express themselves in English, or they may not express themselves in French. So when a state council is being sent to this area, to carry out, to implement the laws of this area, he will explain the law to the population, to these old mammy, these grandmothers that they just left the village and somebody is struggling to oppress them and collect their things. And the President of the High Court is also from Manu Division. I think that at that level, we are already enjoying the special status of this Peace and Development Forum.
All right, permit me, this question just came to my mind right now, and I hope Televia also will permit me. Mamfe is at the center of two key projects, I would say Trans-African projects. We have the bridge, the second bridge, the bridge that was recently inaugurated between Cameroon and Nigeria, and we have the Trans-African Highway. How is the Mamfe Council taking advantage of these key projects, infrastructure?
That is a major problem. The roads are there, the bridge is there. Taking advantage is where we have problem. How do I mean? Mamfe, the security, but in between Mamfe and the cop, terrible. These guys will come, like last week, they came out from the bushes there unnoticed, kidnapped business people to the bush and demand for ransom. So we cannot really benefit, those structures that have been put in place for the council to benefit because of the insecurity that I keep on discussing, I keep on talking with my population, that this is our time. It is our bona fide right and benefit that we are from this area of the country. We should make use of this road. We should make use of the bridge. So it is not really the best because of the crisis. And business people prefer to go through the sea than using the road because of the crisis. That's not giving us a lot of advantages as per se if we had peace. As a council, if cocoa is legalized, to say that it's legally now bound to go to Nigeria, they will pay taxes. And as such, the councils will benefit. Because when they pay to FECOM, they pay to the councils, annually or semesterly, this money is being distributed as source to all councils. And the council, as Mamfe Council, will benefit. But if we continue to say it is illegal, whereas it's going to Nigeria, they should change the name from illegal to legal now. It's just to change the name because nothing has changed. Illegality, to say cocoa going to Nigeria is illegal, it is not true.
Because the reality
on the ground is going.
Thank you very much, TABENCHONG Robinson ASHU. It was a pleasure having you, and I'm very sure that your message will go across not only Africa but across the world, because Dash Media is a worldwide television channel, Pan-African television channel, but broadcasting across the world. And it's on that note that we say thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. NSOSIE. The pleasure is mine.
It was a pleasure being with you on this edition of In Depth, live here in Buea, where we are covering the Southwest Peace and Development Forum. Stay with Dash News for more information. The best is right ahead. Bye-bye.